Hey everyone, I'm Minister James Moss, and I'm back again with continuing education. We are in the book of Luke, and we're in chapter 4, verses 31 through 37 is what we're covering in this video. All right, so this one is entitled, Jesus Teaches with Great Authority. All right, so we're going to get right to it. In this second snapshot of Jesus' ministry in Galilee, the gospel presents a glimpse of the cosmic battle that was occurring. A demon challenges Jesus, but Jesus, unruffled, commands the demon to leave. Jesus' teaching style was clearly different than the rabbis who cited past religious teachers to bolster and support their various interpretations of Scripture. In contrast, Jesus taught straight from Scripture, applying it directly to his listeners' own lives. All right. So, here we go. This is going to be good. All right, and here we go. And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. And in the synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of an unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God. And Jesus rebuked him, saying, Hold thy peace, and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him and hurt him not. And they all were all amazed, and spake among themselves, saying, What a word is this? For with authority and power he commandeth the unclean spirits, and they come out. And the fame of him went out into every place of the country round about. All right. So here we go. The devil's sitting there just trying to dry snitch on the fly. You can see what I'm trying to warn people. Oh, other demons in the area. This is the Son of God. What is he doing here? This is. Did he come to destroy us? Jesus was like, shut up and come out of him. All right. Just paraphrasing, I like to do that from time to time. Just paraphrase. All right, so here we go. Jesus left his home in Nazareth and went to Capernaum, about 20 miles farther north. Capernaum became Jesus' home base during his ministry in the northernmost region of Palestine. Galilee, or region of Palestine, Galilee, okay. Jesus had already been in Capernaum, and it has already been established that Jesus' custom was to go to the synagogue every Saturday or every Sabbath. The setting was probably much the same as it had been in Nazareth. He would be invited to read a portion of the scripture and then teach on it. The fact that this was a Sabbath day is important to the event to follow. Verse 32, the people were completely amazed by Jesus' authority in his teaching. The Jewish teachers whom the people were used to hearing usually quoted from well-known rabbis or gave the opinion of predecessors in order to give their words more authority. Jesus did not merely give his opinion, he proclaimed his authority. Verses 33 and 34. This is the first of Jesus' miracles that Luke recorded. Jesus was teaching the people in the synagogue on the Sabbath. A man possessed by a demon had also made his way into the synagogue. Demons are ruled by Satan. They work to tempt people to sin. They were not created by Satan because God is the creator of all. Rather, demons are fallen angels who joined Satan in his rebellion. The demon had entered the man's body and taken up residence and controlled him. In every case where demons confronted Jesus, however, they lost their power. God limits what demons can do. During Jesus' life on earth, demons were allowed to be very active to demonstrate once and for all Christ's power and authority over them. Luke emphasized Jesus' conflict with all evil powers to show his superiority over them, so he recorded many stories about Jesus driving out demons. Jesus' power over demons reveals his absolute power over Satan. Jesus didn't have to conduct an elaborate exorcism ritual. His word was enough. This demon inside the man knew two facts: that Jesus had indeed come to destroy them, and that Jesus was the only, or was the Holy One sent from God. All demons and Satan himself knew that Jesus was the Messiah. While the people in the synagogue were astounded at Jesus' teaching and wondered who this man could be, the demon knew. Verse 35, Jesus did not respond to the demon's comment except to rebuke him by telling him to be silent. Why would Jesus want the demon to be silent? The demon knew more about who he was than than the rest of Jesus's audience did. So Jesus wanted to restrain any enthusiasm for a political Messiah. He did not wish to be the people's king in the way they desired, nor did he want to be a military leader. Also, to confess Jesus' deity without a proper understanding of his crucifixion would be partial and invalid. Jesus did not want people to wildly proclaim him to be God's son unless they understood the meaning of his death for them on the cross. Even Jesus' disciples lacked understanding until his resurrection. And if you watch some of my previous videos, you see I call them some of the slowest brothers, or the slowest people on the planet. They were the biggest bucketheads. But they eventually got it. Okay. To silence the demon was not enough, for Jesus wanted to free the man possessed by the demon. Jesus commanded the demon to come out of him. The demon threw the man to the floor. The demon went, but not quietly. I don't know. We didn't read that in scripture that the demon, put up a fight. When Jesus told him to come out, he kind of threw the man to the floor and got out of him. And it said it didn't do anything else. Okay, this could have been a severe spasm or a blow that thrust the man to the ground. This behavior reveals the true purpose of demons in their possession of people. Demons only want to do violence and destroy anything made in God's image. But this one left the man without hurting him further. Okay. All right, so verses 36 and 37, Jesus displayed power that no one had ever experienced before. He had authority and power so that with his words alone, he could make a demon flee in fear. This amazed the people in the synagogues that day. Their amazement became headline news as the story spread like wildfire. All right, and so this is the conclusion of Jesus teaching with authority, and that authority was that all he had to do was speak the word and it'd be done. You see, this demon-possessed man came up and the demon in him tried to, like I said, dry snitch. We're like, oh, this is the Son of God. And basically, he was powerless already. His power had been cut short, and Jesus, it was like, look, shut up and come out of him. All right, we don't have time to sit here and act like this. All right, so continue to study. Go back, reread the scriptures, like I said, and go further. Don't just go over what we covered, the scripture and the commentaries, but, dare to dig deeper. You'll find more and more information in different gospels. And then on top of that, there's recorded history about things that people are afraid to go to. Well, it's not in the Bible. The word Bible isn't in the Bible either. There's a lot of things that's not in the Bible, but as time progressed, we know that it violated God's desires and will for us. So be a student, get to digging. All right. Hey, until next time, God bless you. God keep you. And as I always say, keep studying.